What's up guys, Luke here, and today I'm going to do a video that I've really wanted to do for a very long time now. Today I'm going to do a breakdown of a redemption I just executed. This will be a maximum value redemption in which I redeem over $12,000 in Hilton stays for just one vacation. I'm also going to attempt to show just how valuable Hilton Honors points can be. I'm going to drop some math on you guys that really no one ever does. I'm going to show a comparison on the earnings from an American Express Hilton card versus a Chase Hyatt card. I'm going to attempt to show you that Hilton Honors points have more potential than you think, and there are even situations in which they compare favorably to Hyatt points when we consider how they're earned. In any case, this redemption is sure to knock your Aunt Connie's socks off, so grab a cold drink, sit down, and get comfortable. First off, some background. I am a Hilton loyalist, at least for the moment, and I was fortunate enough to accumulate over 1 million Hilton points and 4 free night certificates. I want to quickly explain how I came to possess 4 free night certificates at one time. 2 of them are very simple. I have 2 Hilton Aspire cards, and they come with a free night certificate annually. Yes, every year around the same time, they issue me these certificates. But the other 2, I had to do some work. Earlier this year, I opened an American Express Hilton business card that had an enhanced bonus of 150,000 Hilton Honors points and a free night. That's a massive bonus for a $95 card. I got the card, hit the bonus, and then I continued to spend on the card. After spending $15,000 in the calendar year, I earned an additional free night certificate, bringing the total to 4. So obviously, with this embarrassment of riches, I need to execute a redemption, and what better time than the summer of 2024, right after school lets out. You know, the big family vacation. And being the good husband I am, I inquire about my wife's bucket list, and she really wants to just go back to Hawaii, but she wants to visit a different island. Fair enough. I do some research and I find the Grand Wailea Waldorf Astoria in Maui. If you follow my channel, you might remember we just went to Honolulu this past summer and stayed at the Village Resort. We all know folks that visit Hawaii and they say it's just the most magical place on earth and they wish they could go back. Well, I'm going to admit, while I did think Hawaii was really cool, I really didn't get that feeling there, but I'm not opposed to giving it another go. However, I'm also not interested in going there for 10 days again. 10 days was too much for me, so we compromised. We're going to split this trip up with a couple days in Southern California before and after Maui. Sounds good, right? Okay, so where in SoCal would I like to take my family with all these free nights and points? You guys know me, I want to go somewhere that I would not normally be able to take them. Somewhere big league, right? Okay, let's take this step by step. After school, we're going to fly to LA, visit beautiful Southern California for a couple days, and then fly over to Maui. This breaks up that long flight and gives me a chance to expose my son to another new place. He's been to Santa Cruz, but not SoCal. Enter the free night certificate. I choose the Beverly Hills Waldorf Astoria for these 2 days. I want to check out some of the higher end areas of LA, and my wife wants to see some of the touristy stuff. I wouldn't mind checking out a Dodgers game as well. Let's look at this redemption. 2 nights at the Waldorf would be $2,711.38. Now, I don't know about you, but that's expensive for me. And no matter how you want to value that stay, it cost me 2 free night certificates. Let's move on. Now, the main course of the vacation. 6 nights at the Waldorf Astoria Grand Wailea. This is what I would consider an aspirational destination, so I think it's a good example of what someone can do with Hilton Honors points. I paid 550,000 Hilton Honors points for 6 nights here. Remember, when you book with points, the 5th night is free. That's definitely something you need to work into the equation when you're valuing Hilton Honors points. I think that's something most folks forget. I also think 550,000 Hilton Honors points is attainable for someone that is really focusing on the game and Hilton Honors points in particular. So let's take a look at that cash price. 6 nights comes to $7,180.36. Here is where I have to make a point. I'm not someone who is fortunate enough to be able to afford something like that. It's not likely I will ever spend $7,000 on a hotel stay. So I feel like this is one for the scrapbook. Now to the most important part. I'm not going to call out all the folks that constantly repeat this 0.5 cents per point nonsense with Hilton Honors points because they don't know any better. They don't stay at Hilton's and they're just not deep enough into the game to really understand. Redeeming 550,000 points for a $7,180 gives me 1.3 cents per point. We will come back to that when we talk about those points compared to a Hyatt point that might get 2.25 cents per point. Finally, on our return, we are going to spend another 2 nights in the Los Angeles area. This does 3 things for me. One, it kind of eases us back into the Eastern time zones. Ohio to Hawaii is 6 hours difference, and that's tough for me. Second, it gives us a couple more days in an area I want to visit. Third, it erases the most unpleasant part of traveling to Hawaii for me. That's the overnight return flight. I have a day flight from Maui to LAX. So where will we stay? Well, I chose to use these last 2 free night certificates at the Oceana Santa Monica LXR Hotel. I've always wanted to say I'm hanging out in Santa Monica, so we're going to stay there for a couple days while we adjust back to life on the mainland. So how much is a couple nights there? $2,822. Yeah, pricey. So let's do a quick breakdown of the Hilton value for this trip. For the points we're using, I'll be getting 1.3 cents per point. And for the free night certificates, I'm going to get an average of $1,383 a night. Someone please go check on Aunt Connie for real. This is the true power of the Hilton Honors program. And if you're curious, I'll be staying 10 nights in hotels, no out-of-pocket cost. That would have cost a total of $12,714. Now, I want to make a few comparisons to this kind of value to the Hyatt program. I freely admit there's a ton of value in the Hyatt program, but I also believe it's not proportionate to the hype it receives, and I'll explain why. Let's say you can average 2.5 cents per point with your Hyatt points. With either of the Hyatt credit cards, you're only going to be earning 1 or 2 points per dollar. Let's say that your bonus spend, that is 2 times, basically gets you 5% back with Hyatt. That's really good. But for some reason, everyone forgets that Hilton has cards that will get you 6 times on dining, gas, groceries, cell phones, everyday categories. That means with this redemption, in which I'm getting 1.3 cents per point on, say, gas purchases, I was getting 7.8% back at Hilton's. That's really not even close. I don't know anyone that earns tons of Hyatt points with a Hyatt credit card. They sock drawer it and they use their transferable currencies to transfer to Hyatt. Those same UR points could be used for a much higher redemption for flights. It's also important to note another detail. The Chase Hyatt card only actually earns 4 times at Hyatt's. The other earnings are for being a Hyatt loyalty program member. The Hilton Surpass and business cards earn 12 times at Hilton's. 4 times Hyatt at 2.5 cents per point is a great 10% back. 12 times Hilton Honors is 15.6% back at Hilton's. It's also significantly easier to earn status with Hilton. Let's talk free night certificates. The Hyatt personal card does give the cardholder a free night, but it's capped at a category 4. You're not staying at a $1,000 a night hotel with that. Let's say it's more like $300, which is still very cool. Spend $15,000 on that same card and you'll get another capped free night. But if we spend $15,000 on the Hilton Surpass or the Hilton business card, you get an uncapped night that you can redeem for a room that would cost, say, $1,383. Like I said, I'm not knocking the Hyatt program. I'll actually be staying at a Hyatt Centric in Nashville this weekend. All I'm saying is y'all need to put some respect on Hilton's name. In any case, if you are interested in any of the cards or the cards for the programs I talked about today, check out my super cool card link in the description below. And if you have any tips or suggestions for Maui, Santa Monica, or Beverly Hills, let me know. I'm actually thinking about getting with Chase Yokoyama and maybe doing a little mini local meetup in Los Angeles. If that happens, I'll be sure to post the details. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Maximum Value Redemptions, and if you stayed all the way to the end, I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.